the exploitation of people through force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of forced labor. Sexual exploitation or other forms of abuse is called human trafficking, often described as a form of modern-day slavery, of which an estimated 25 to 50 million people worldwide are trapped in it. Traffickers exploit vulnerabilities such as poverty, migration, conflict, lack of education, or natural disasters. It is a $150 billion criminal industry, second only to drug trafficking in profitability. With common methods such as false promises of jobs, education, or a better life, romantic manipulation or lover boy tactics, debt bondage, forcing victims to work to pay off fake debts, physical violence, threats to family, or confiscation of documents. The following warning signs should not be neglected by a victim: controlled or restricted movement, working excessively for long hours for little or no pay, avoiding eye contact at times may be an early sign, appearing malnourished, neglected, or abused. With its several forms, such as sex trafficking, coercing or deceiving someone into commercial sex acts, child trafficking, recruitment and exploitation of children for labor, sex, soldiers, or begging. Child soldiering, children turned into soldiers in war-prone zones. Domestic servitude, the invisible slaves behind closed doors. Labor trafficking, forced labor in industries such as agriculture, construction, domestic work, fishing, or manufacturing. Organ trafficking, illegal trade of human organs. Debt bondage, families trapped in endless debts. Forced criminality, victims forced into crime. Forced marriage, coercing someone into marriage for exploitation. Cyber trafficking with internet as hunting ground. Nigeria is considered a major hub in Africa, serving as a source, transit, and destination for trafficking. The country accounts for nearly 50% of all West Africa's trafficking cases. The International Organization for Migration, IOM, estimates that over 80% of Nigerian women arriving in Europe via irregular routes are potential trafficking victims. There are countless stories like that of Simbi, original name withheld, who was tricked into exploitation and endured over 4 years of forced prostitution in Algeria, earning only a fraction of her income while having to repay her agent. In another tragic case of a young teenage Zara, original name withheld, was trafficked into brothels in Ivory Coast, trapped under debt bondage, and controlled by a madam. Her story reflects a broader crisis involving 750,000 to 1 million Nigerians exploited across sectors like begging, domestic servitude, and sexual exploitation. NAPTIP has rescued 17,443 victims between July 2003 and March 2022, but only convicted 502 offenders in that span, highlighting judicial bottlenecks. Lagos alone saw the rescue of 2,074 victims from 2019 to 2023, of which 1,805 were female and 116 were minors. Yet only 27 convictions were achieved over the same period. In 2022, NAPTIP intercepted 1,440 victims, 80% of whom were women and girls exploited through forced labor or commercial sex. Combating human trafficking requires a 3-pillar strategy: strong law enforcement, comprehensive victim care, and eliminating vulnerabilities, poverty, inequality, lack of education. It is not a problem one sector can solve alone. It demands whole-of-society action. If you suspect trafficking, Report it to local authorities or hotlines. In Nigeria, you can contact the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTI. Please, if you see something, say something. Here's a curated list of relevant bodies you can reach out to. Nigeria, local bodies, Common 1, NAPTI, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, your mapti.gov.ng, 0800-225-6278-74, Main Government Body Against Human Trafficking. Common 2, Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, combats cross-border trafficking. Common 3, National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, works on victim protection and awareness. Common 4, faith-based and NGOs in Nigeria, WOTCLEF, founded by former First Lady Amina Titi Atiku Abubakar, Women Trafficking and Child Labor Eradication Foundation. Taman Devatop, Center for Africa Development, DCAD, youth-driven anti-trafficking advocacy. Pathfinders Justice Initiative, focus on women and girls, especially in Edo State. Idea Renaissance, Benin City, works with returnees from Libya and Europe. Africa-wide and regional bodies. Common 1, AU Commission on Human and People's Rights, African Union arm addressing trafficking. Common 2, ECOWAS has anti-trafficking initiatives and cross-border task forces. Common 3, IOM Nigeria, International Organization for Migration, works with victims, repatriation, and awareness campaigns. Common global and international bodies. Common 1, UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, global leader in anti-trafficking policy, awareness, and law enforcement. Common 2, UNICEF, focus on children, especially child trafficking, child labor, and child soldiers. Common 3, International Labor Organization, ILO, focus on forced labor, debt bondage, and domestic servitude. Common 4, Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International, use documentaries and media campaigns on human rights abuses. Common 5, End Slavery Now, Walk Free Foundation, global NGOs raising awareness through storytelling and advocacy. Common 6, Anti-Slavery International, UK-based, the world's oldest anti-slavery organization. Common 7, Polaris Project, USA, runs the U.S. National Human Trafficking Hotline, shares awareness resources.